Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the all-new 2023 BMW i4 eDrive40. This model is finished off in a San Remo green metallic, and we'll go over the MSRP later in today's video once we go over all of the specs and the features for this fully electric BMW sedan. So we'll start off with what powers this. Obviously there's no engine underneath the hood, but this has an 83.9 lithium-ion battery pack, and that is paired to a single-speed transmission, pumps out 335 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. That power sent to the rear wheels. This weighs in right around 4,600 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. Top speed is 118 miles an hour. And it also has a total range of 300 miles. And with a level 1 charger in 10 minutes, you can gain 102 miles. And with a level 2 home charger, you can completely charge this in around 8 hours. So let's move on with those specs out of the way. Let's take a look at the exterior now, where this still retains the kidney grille. I really like the design, all of the brush trim accents in the lower section. There's plenty of cutouts to provide cooling to the front engine components. The entire upper section is solid with a nice design running throughout it. There's parking sensors too. You'll notice those on each side, where there's also functional air inlets to provide even more aerodynamics. Really nice crisp lines in the lower section of the bumper and clean lines running down the hood to match it nicely. You can tell this is electric because the blue backing for the BMW badge is an indicator for that. This also has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals, which give it a nice design, very sleek for that housing. Now this model also has the M Sport package, so that provides it with these beautiful 19-inch wheels along with the red brake calipers, and there's even a functional trim piece just behind these tires. So airflow can go through the front bumper, around the tires, and exit that trim piece. Now this also has gloss black side mirrors with the integrated turn signal. This has a sunroof too, more black trim surrounding all of the windows, and then great lines in the lower section of the side skirt. You can tell that that black trim piece has more black running just above that side skirt. And it has a nice sedan style to it, but you'll take note once we open up the trunk how it differs from actually being a sedan. That'll make sense in just a second. But I really like all of the lines that flow down the side. And then for the rear, this has a very small, gloss black trunk mounted spoiler. There's the backup camera, LED taillights, even parking sensors, and a nice gray trim in the lower diffuser there. So with the exterior wrapped up, let's work our way to the cargo space, where now what I just said earlier will make sense because this does not open like a traditional sedan. We have the entire hatchback design to provide you with a lot more interior space. There's small bins on the driver and the passenger side. You can even fold down the back seats as well. You can remove this cover to get a lot more interior space. And underneath the floor, there is even more space. Very nice to see that hidden space and the amount of room that you get for this sedan. So it is nice to see all of that. As we work our way to the back seats now, before we enter, I really like the flush design for these door handles. You can lock and unlock this from the back door handles as well. As you've been able to hear, the car keeps beeping just depending on my distance. It has the proximity sensor. So when you get far away, it will automatically lock. When you come back to it, it will unlock. So we have the full red leather interior, great combo against this screen. Brushed aluminum, interior lighting, a little bit of storage space in the lower section of the door. And as we work our way to the interior, at 5'10", it is a little bit crammed. It's on the smaller side for this sedan lineup, but I have plenty of space. There's cargo nets. All of your AC adjustments are right in the middle. And we even have the armrest just by pulling on this tab, along with 2 cup holders, so you can use those as needed. You can even fold the middle seat down individually from the other 2. So if you have some longer items, you can easily slide those through. And as we work our way to the front seat now, door panels finished off just like the rear. We have the power folding side mirrors, all the window controls, a lock and unlock, even that release for the rear. And then the M badge down below, beautiful leather seats, which are automatic. However, you can adjust the front section just by pulling on that tab if you need to. And it is very easy to enter these front seats. Now for the 2023 year model, we have the all-new digital screen, We can start this up. Hopefully you heard that animation. It just lets you know that this vehicle is on and running. Since it is electric, it is hard to hear it, of course. As we move on to the gauge cluster now, you can see miles per hour on that left side, tach is on the right side, and then we can also go through all of the content just by using this rotary dial on the right side, or you can look at all of this information just depending on what you'd like to see. It's a very nice graphic where you can monitor even your music. And then if I scroll over to the heads-up display, there's 3 different settings that you can look at for the heads-up display. So it is nice to have that. Pretty easy to go through, not a whole lot of information, but I love the size of it and I love what you can go through. Full leather for the steering wheel. It is heated. We have the M badge, as this does have the M Sport package. Cruise control is on this left side. Volume and tuning is on this right side, along with Bluetooth controls. And then all the headlight adjustments, dimmer switches are on the left side. There's one air vent too. And then for the all-new infotainment system, it's very similar to the previous BMW systems as far as swiping through all this information, even being able to add more info if you need to. You can look at all the power figures here. You can go through a lot of apps, just depending on how you'd like to configure this and what you need to have set up. There's shortcuts on this left side too, so you can quickly get to your nav, get to your phone when you have that paired. And the climate adjustments are fixed in this lower section. So no matter what you're doing, you can quickly get to them and adjust even your heated seats, fan speed, and temperature, which is nice to see. More wood trim and brushed aluminum is just underneath that with 2 air vents. Power and volume for the radio is on this left side. There's also tuning the hazards and some defrosters. Now this cover here is finished off in a nice wood trim, and then underneath that is the BMW digital key card along with the wireless charger, 2 cup holders, a 12 volt, and a USB. Now on this right side, all of these are for that infotainment system. So if you don't want to use it as a touchscreen system, it is very easy to use that dial and further go through that information. Now for the shifter, you can see more blue accents. It's also on the engine start stop button. If I put this into reverse, you'll see that backup camera up here, and then there's drive. There's also B, which is for the regenerative braking. It will also modulate the 1-pedal braking as well, which is nice to see. Park is on the back side. There's also traction control, the parking sensors, and a few different drive modes. BMWs are known for having sport, comfort, and eco, with a few different settings in sport and eco, so you can configure those as needed. There's the auto hold, the electronic parking brake, and a little bit of storage in the center armrest. So it's nice to have that amount of space along with the glove box with all of that information as well. Now for the sunroof, this is an automatic sunshade. Along with the sunroof, of course, you can use the same button to open that up. And a lot of visibility. It is very easy to see in all directions. But now let's go ahead and get this out on the road. And we'll give it another acceleration. You can feel the kickback from that instant power and torque. One thing that I will say that I haven't seen in this model, I was recently in the i7 and it had a few different driving modes to where you could hear different noises depending on the driving mode that you're in. I wish it was in the i4. I don't know if that's an option or not to put in different modes. Would be cool to see that. That is my only hiccup with this i4, but I do love pretty much everything about it. I love how comfortable it is to drive. It's very, very smooth. It can also take corners very nicely. So like I mentioned earlier, with being a BMW, having that performance, having a little bit extra characteristics with the M Sport package, I mean, you can take this pretty much anywhere. You can take it on back roads like I'm on right now, and it handles so well. It's impressive to see that for this kind of vehicle. Now, I have been able to have some other electric vehicles out on track settings, and they're fun. They can be fun vehicles. Only time will tell with the technology always improving and updating how well electric vehicles will be able to withstand and hold up. But for now, for this i4, 64 grand, I don't think that's too bad, again, for what you're getting. And this is a pretty cool spec. We are in a Christmas tree, Christmas theme right now with the red and the dark green. And we will give it another acceleration. actually what we should do is we should go over to my BMW, where now we can monitor information like this. And you can see all of that power being sent. I don't have the G-force meter pulled up at the moment. But you can even have some fun things like that. Even a simple screen like that can put a smile on your face and give you a little bit more excitement while you're behind the wheel. So yeah, that is the all-new i4. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts on this screen, because like I said, I've been in several all-new BMWs with this screen. I think I like it. Let me know your thoughts in this i4. And that is going to wrap it up for this 2023 BMW i4 eDrive40. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake. Check out their link, that's down below. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.